Hello users, and welcome to the next episode of Knee Deep in the Doggies. And here we've got a hot new WAD, apparently had just come out, and it looks really cool. It's called Alienated, and it has no title song, so I'm just going to go here and then pause just so it's not the annoying and obnoxious Doom 2 title song. This is supposed to be like an Ancient Aliens styled GZ Doom map set, which that all sounds wonderful. So without further ado, I'm just gonna hop right into it. Holy mackerel. How do I turn messages off? I downloaded one of the most recent versions of GZ Doom. So I have to where's mouse settings? Here? I have to actually make sure that it functions properly. To my liking. Yeah? Apparently, according to the screenshots, this is going to be like a really nice looking WAD. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something gorgeous. Can I go up here? Okay. The mouse settings for this are fucking atrocious. I can't tell if there's what the hell? Prescale? I don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna turn that off. Turning speed, strafing speed. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna turn that back on. Prescale. Okay, maybe I'll just turn that off and then. God, what is wrong? I hate GZ Doom sometimes. The old versions of GZ Doom were fine, but then they started just making them complete garbage. Jesus. Oh my god. Alright, I'm sorry? I should have maybe done this beforehand, but I didn't. I don't know, I could try this on an old version of GZ Doom that doesn't have a bunch of stupid-ass meme features that make the fucking game just unbearably annoying to even figure out how to play. But I don't know, because GZ Doom adds actual mapping features, and this WAD did just come out, so I don't want to deal with actual mapping errors. But I'm going to stop cringing out about the source port. I like the first song here. The actual level looks really nice. It's got a really nice cave thing. It looks like all these textures, the HUD at least, is straight from Ancient Aliens, and so is the menu stuff. So it looks like this will be just a literal Ancient Aliens expansion sort of thing. It's a lot of fuckers. Got no health. Alright, I've got some health. So there's 10 levels to this motherfucking game. Oh, I've got no ammo. Oh god. So this shouldn't hopefully take too long. I don't know how long each level is going to be. I don't know if it's 10 levels, but they're all big mega levels. We'll see. I don't have the smart HUD on. Or the advanced HUD rather. Just fucking deal without it. Okay. Oh fuck, I can't use that. Okay. Ammo starvation right off the bat though, I must say. Not much to go on here. Ooh, nice glass. Then again, the chainsaw is pretty damn good when it needs to be. Thank you for the armor. That's a lot of fuckers. I'm gonna grab that. Yeah, no save meme for this one, sadly. I'll think about that. Got more than 10 slots or however many it is. 8. Can think of some really intelligent things. Oh, am I just... okay. The Cacodemon will probably follow me down here. I love the blue here. Ooh, that room looks really nice. One thing GZ Doom does do that classic Doom ports don't is it makes punching and chainsawing way more powerful because it kind of pulls you toward the enemies, and the way the enemies are designed in GZ Doom is they're all made of blocks rather than kind of like squishy thing kind of thing. I don't even know how to describe it. I describe it as like in the original Doom, like all things are different than they are in GZ Doom. In GZ Doom, like they're blocks, you know, like they're actual objects. Where it's difficult to. It's like if you're to walk into your closet and it's got a bunch of clothes, like you don't like just hit the edge of like the shirt, right? And then like, you know, you just bounce off. Like you kind of like walk into the shirt and then the shirt kind of like squishes around, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to describe. I've never actually described it before. Well, I have before, but I forget what kind of my pre-coded commentaries are. But either way, that's kind of what we're dealing with in GZ Doom. And so because of that, it makes actually punching them a lot easier, because you don't actually swivel around the monster. You don't like get like kind of like where like if you've seen me play Doom and like if you've played Doom in classic ports, you'll understand this. Where like you try to like punch something and then you just miss for no reason when it feels like you shouldn't have. That's less of a likely thing to happen in GZ Doom. So that makes Tyson a hell of a lot easier, but also a lot more fun in a lot of instances. And it's also just, you know, of course, something to note, just something to talk about. I really love the blue lighting here. Very nice. One thing that GZ Doom does is it has colored lighting sectors, and I like using that a lot. Like just fading, just looks really nice. Like if you look at the gun, you'll see there's like a slight blue hue there. Mouse forward, backward. Okay. I want that up a little bit more. That's still too low, but I'll have to deal. Yeah, so far this looks really impressive, I have to say. I love those little monster flickers there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do though. Oh, here we go. I see. Alright, let me save. They should infight. If they don't infight, then they're stupid. Okay, what did that do? Does that let me get the soul sphere? No? Oh, did I click this? At least I got a soul sphere out of it. There's a lot of monsters in this first map. I can definitely see this being made of relatively long maps. If the first one is this long, I assume the rest should be longer than your average level. But again, we'll see. Oh, shit. Okay. That was a little scary. Did that open the exit? Okay. Just like... I guess that's part of the font. I don't know if that's intentional, but the N has a line through it. I don't know, like, why isn't there custom intermission screens or menu music? That's a little bizarre. Hidden base? Alright. Yeah, first level was good. Also, I'm gonna move the webcam. This is Doom, so I play this in 4:3. I normally have the webcam up more close, front-facing than widescreen games. So now you can get a good look at me, my good angles. I look a little more hideous from the side. This song's pretty good. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, right. I gotta get used to that switch texture. I keep forgetting. Oh shit. Die, bitch. Is that a different one? Are there 2 pain elementals, or did that guy teleport? Okay. That was the one that I was fighting? Another thing to note is that this is GZ Doom, so you're going to see a lot of sloped things. So for example, you see the ceiling structures here are sloped. Looks really nice. We should also be seeing sectors above sectors, so like bridges and other kind of things that will probably start showing up. Bridges are going to be the most notable, but I mean, you can do all kinds of things. Like, you can do like rafters, you know, like that kind of thing. That's what I love about all my WADs are made in GZ Doom, and the reason is mostly just because like the open-ended kind of creativity aspect to it. Like, you're not limited by anything. Like, anything you can imagine you can put in. Some of it might take like ACS scripting, but you know, most of the time you can get pretty much anything in here as far as level design goes. I don't know what other kinds of things that they've added in GZ Doom. Like I said, most of the GZ Doom versions I worked with were like 2.2. So I don't know. This is like 4.1. So I'm not sure if there's any actual new features, but I can't really think of much that would be visible, at least from a player perspective. I love those hallways. One thing I like about this is that like the lights from like the attack, it kind of like glows the hallway up. Looks really nice. Oh, hello there. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me again. Alright, whatever. I'll just do this quick and dirty style. Alright, everything's out at once. That should make it a little bit easier to deal with. At least, maybe, I don't know. My whole idea here is that they're going to infight, but they might not. Yeah, the Lost Souls can like actually just take the fast lane, fly right at me from the top. Because there's no infinite height in default GZ Doom. Oh, you can just like run on top of the enemies. It's been a while since I played a GZ Doom WAD. I'm having a lot of fun. I love just running on top of fuckers. Alright. Another thing to note probably is the fact that there's no Lost Soul limit. So Pain Elementals can just shoot out these assholes, like literally forever. Until like your actual machine just starts fucking lagging. Nice co-op. Oh fuck. Alright. The save there. Running low on supplies. Well, I mean, I guess I have a lot of shotgun shells, but the shotgun is not really the most efficient thing here right now. At least not in my opinion. I prefer to use bullets on Lost Souls. Alright. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is pretty good. Also, I thought I disabled that. Nah, I'm not gonna fuck around. I thought I disabled the mouse wheel changing weapons. I really don't like that. I think it's awful. Because I'll just accidentally, like, switch weapons all the time. I thought I disabled it, but I guess not. But it's not a huge deal. I'll worry about that later. Try to be a little more conservative with my ammo. Make sure I've got all my shots accounted for. It's a little bit more difficult to do that when there's multiple fuckers. Yeah, basically it's impossible for these guys to shoot at you if you're chainsawing them in GZ Doom. Just because, like, the whole thing when you're chainsawing them in PR Boom or, like, you know, a classic Doom port, here's some bridges, by the way, is that, like, there's chances for some of the repeating damage of the chainsaw not actually connecting because of what I mentioned earlier, and therefore that gives them a higher window of opportunity to actually fire a shot at you. But in GZ Doom, that's much less likely. Also, holy shit. That looks fucking terrible with the palette. Yeah, like, these little bridges here are just really nice looking. You don't have the, like, really cringe bridges that you see in classic ports. We have, like, the step textures kind of floating there looking really shitty. Oh. Okay. So if I were to run past all those guys, then... Another thing you can do is custom crusher speeds and door speeds. So it's not like preset speeds from the original game, which is pretty fun. So like these are all like, you know, really fast, and I think they're maybe different. Or at least like cycled differently. I don't know. It's really cool, that's my point. I think I'm talking more about GZ Doom than I am the actual map set. Either way, this is really fun so far. I love like the distance there. You can kind of see there's a lot of shit out there, and then it's also kind of like the space sky. This looks like it might be an interesting room. Alright, what happens? That with like the lighting of the teleporter and stuff looks really cool. I also love the like little ceiling and floor design. The floor is just a difference in brightness, and the ceiling is an actual thing. Do I actually have to kill those guys? I do. Okay. Another thing that GZ Doom can do is it can activate a script on monster kill, which is not doable. Is this damaging? It is. Which is not doable in the original Doom. So like boss monsters are more of like a realistic thing, like killing a monster and that death opening a door. Whereas like in original, like it's scripted to only be the Cyber Demon or the Spider Mastermind, and that is scripted only to end the level. So it's a lot more possibilities. So for example, theoretically, the reason I mentioned this is because it would be possible that, say, one of those random monsters made this area end, rather than like a 30-second timer or something, and like that kind of style of making it work, it could have just been that. Also, whoops, here's the exit over here. Alright. Alright. Pretty good, pretty good. Sea Tooth. This looks like a good song. I love the floating ceiling stuff. That's really cool. I have a free look button bound. and it just snaps back. So if I want to look at like any ceiling architecture, the README says that free look is recommended, but I don't like playing with free look because I like mouse movement. But also super shotgun. Yahoo! Oh, hello. So far this is very impressive. Also, I'm going to start the shill. Just a reminder that this WOD has a secret map, and if you want to see the secret map, you'll have to pledge at least $1 per month on Patreon, and you can watch all the secret behind-the-scenes bonus episodes, which includes every secret map for the WODs that I play. And so far, I've done Alien Vendetta, Doom 0, and this. So, with this format. So if you want to see the secret levels for any of those WODs, give me $1 and you can check them out. And that'll be the last time I shill until probably the end. Or if I accidentally find the secret level. If I accidentally found the secret level, then I would shill there. Gotta shill, I'm a shiller. I love that eagle at the top. I love seeing all these Ancient Aliens textures used in different contexts. Like the one texture in, I think, the first level with the kind of silhouette monsters with like the like, it's originally used in, I think, Ancient Aliens map 25 or 26, I want to say. And it's only used in like one area in the whole WOD, and it maybe is some of the coolest looking textures I've ever seen. So like, you know, it's going to be really fun to see a lot of these textures in different contexts. It's a lot of imps. Oh, hello, friend. Okay. I love the lighting here. It looks fucking gorgeous. That as well as like all these textures, but with like the possibilities of like more neon colored lighting sectors and stuff like that. That looks fucking great. Again, sloped sectors are gonna... I should play more GZ Doom mods. Honestly, I should. I really should. I love sloped sectors like this. That looks really cool. Also, this room looks like it might be a little scary. Is that all of them? Okay. I wasn't sure if I killed that other one yet. One thing I like is how the ammo or the guns, when you kill fuckers, bounce up into the air first. I think it's pretty cute. Unnecessary fluff, but it's just, I like that. That's a GZ Doom thing, by the way. I remember, watching, I forget what, but there was like some video of some cringe like YouTuber talking about how great Brutal Doom is, and like they spent like a solid 3 or 4 minutes talking about like how great Brutal Doom features are, and they make the game way cooler, and they just listed out a bunch of GZ Doom features. And I thought that was pretty cringe, so that's like in the forefront of my brain, so I want to ensure that I don't accidentally say something that would attribute to something other than the source port, because I am not a cringer. I do not cringe. Well, I do cringe sometimes, but not often. I try to minimize my cringe. Any cringe that I output into the universe is usually on purpose. For better or for worse. That could lead into a whole nother kind of tangent, but I'm going to restrict myself and just talk about the game here. I love, like, there's a lot of monsters, but it doesn't feel like too many. Like, very high monster density. Like, not necessarily a lot of monsters, but really, like, monster density versus, like, just, I don't know, like, longer, you know? Longer with more, like, same kind of styled, monsters. If that makes sense. I like maps with a lot of monsters in it. As long as there's enough, like, to actually, like, resource-wise to actually deal with them. By the way, I really like those little things there. As long as there's enough resources to actually kill all the fuckers. Good stuff. Are any of those archviles still alive? I think so, right? Like, I don't remember killing them all. Unless I did. Maybe I did. I guess I did. Or maybe they just got caught in the crossfire? Another thing about GZ Doom is that, for example, these fences, I'm not sure if this actually works this way, but in the original, really the only possibility here would be like an impassable line def. I mean, I guess that in the original there is some more trickery, but in GZ Doom you can make it so that, like, you know, it's you can go, like, monsters can go over it, essentially. I guess that is technically doable in vanilla. It's just, you know, I guess it does, yeah. Never mind, I remember, like, Unholy Realms does something like that, and that's a vanilla one, so I guess that's not necessary. It's easier to do in GZ Doom, let's just put it that way. I love this area. It's really nice. And then that right there, again, like, because you can have sector above sector, you can have, like, water there, and then, like, structures that bloom outward, so really cool stuff. I love all the water. I love, like, frequent water use. Oh, hello there. Being able to just jump off the side makes that a lot less threatening, which is fun. I love when you can actually just use, like, level architecture to your advantage. I mean, I guess it's on purpose, but that's kind of my point. I hate when WODs kind of restrict you to where you can go and make, like, the level. Just, I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but I love kind of just, like, walking over ledges that just kind of blend in with the atmosphere and architecture. Also, this room looks really interesting. All 3 keys, alright, cool. That's another thing you can do in GZ Doom. You can also do that in MBF, and that's like a GL boom, PR boom thing as well, but you can't do that in original. I don't think you can do it in boom. I'm pretty sure you can do it in MBF and GZ Doom, and that's it. Or probably like any port in between, tech and functionality wise. Alright, you'd think the water area would get me the blue key, but I suppose not. Alright, so I go this way? Yeah? I think. Is there anything over here? Or is the... oh, there we go. Do we go? What did that do? Did something. Okay. It's a classic example of secrets that are easier to find than the actual progression. There we go. I meant to hit 4, but we all make mistakes. Good dodges. Oof, I like that. I love that. I love the kind of like the eagle bear icons kind of just embezzled into the walls. Looks really nice. I guess that's a tiger. Is that a tiger or a bear? No, it's a bear. I see. It's gonna be tricky about it. Alright, that's pretty tight. For an invis? That's it? All that work for the worst power-up in the game? Okay. Alright. Already been there? Wait, does that mean... Okay, no, the key is still not down. Should I go down here? Oh. Oh yeah, one thing about GC Doom as well, I forgot about this, is that partial invisibility has more features to it. It makes it so there's a chance when a monster sees you that they won't, like, actually activate. So, like, if a monster is not activated and you're partially invisible and they see you or they spawn in or something like that, like, there's a chance. It's not 100%, it's literally a chance that they just won't activate and thus stay still, like what happened with the Archvile there. Which definitely makes speedruns for certain maps a little interesting. Especially because there's a chance. Like, imagine doing like a single segment run and it's like, alright, there's a certain amount of chance here that any of the monsters just won't activate and I can just run through the whole level without any difficulties. Or it could be like an actual full level. Also, I like how the secret kind of cuts you off. It's like if you got that, it's like, no way? I mean, I kind of dislike that, to be honest, now that I think about it. Just because I do like when secrets kind of make things a little bit more open. Oh, never mind, I can just jump out here. The secret would be way slower anyway. Alright. And that should give me the last key. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm going to travel to the exit, and that'll be the end for this vid. Can I jump down here? Oh, okay. I have to remember where the exit is first. So I forgot how ugly the map looks like in default GC Doom. Like the tan. Oh god, it looks fucking hideous. So this way? No, it's not this way. Oh, right. It's, I have to follow this teleporter, I think. But yeah, so far this WAD is looking really nice. Definitely looking forward to playing more of it. Alright, and with that, I will see you tomorrow.